Hey guys, welcome back. This is the next video, part 2 of me, well, drawing my character. Like I said, that this is going to be the more coloring and editing, and as well as for shading, and as well as for contrast and stuff as well. So just give me a second here. Uh, I'm gonna get to coloring right in this just a moment. Just have to finish like fixing some things. As I said, editing. Had to fix her hand because it was just abysmal looking. Um, I it didn't match with her other hand, so I just had to do just that. So now we're gonna get to coloring. I need to finish coloring her eye. Her eye, it's going to be like a nice pink, like a dark pastel fuchsia. I'm just gonna call it like a dark fuchsia. I think there's a like actual color name for that. I'm not sure though. Um, so yeah, there's that. Um, and then afterwards, I'm also gonna like just basically show how I um fixed the coloring that I did. It was a mess. It was obviously like a messy coloring, messy color. Yeah, messy coloring that I did. So I usually just fix it as I go. And then after that, I will get straight to shading. Um, and show you guys how I shade. Um, as for colors, let's talk about colors. Color schemes, color patterns, stripes, swirly lines, as for patterns, whatever your patterns is and stuff. Um, I go with, I think I went basically with, like maybe about 5 colors or so. But I'm trying to keep up with the same color tone that I did for her because she's already got like warm colors going on, monotone um colors going on. And then as for her clothes and her eyes, she's got some like nice cool colors going on. As for her cool colors, she's got a like a purple pink mixture. I think the only warm color that I have, sort of warm color that I have for her is her hoodie, which is the salmon pink I was talking about. Um, but there's a whole bunch of characters that have a nice color scheme going on with them. So like as for example, we got Sonic the Hedgehog. I love Sonic. Sonic is just falling little dude, but always saving the world and stuff. Always fighting Eggman, aka Dr. Robotnik. Um, but Sonic is a character that I really look up to as for color schemes and stuff like that. Um, there's also a whole bunch of other games that I also look into for the color schemes. I think one of the best games, in my opinion, for color schemes are No Straight Roads. No Straight Roads. What's another game? Oh well, pretty much the Sonic games as well. And then Pokemon got lots of Pokemon that have color schemes. They were pretty good overall until I guess now sorta. I can't really judge them or anything like that at the moment because they're actually going really well with their games and stuff. Um, uh, but the color schemes are also recognizable. The Pokemon are recognizable. That's the thing. You also want to keep your character recognizable because like the shape and stuff. Like for Sonic, he's got his spines. Not really spines. Quills. Whoops. He's got his quills out. Like the way they're shaped, those are recognizable. His shoes, those are recognizable. And the way he looks, that's recognizable. He's got his green eyes, his big goggle freaking science glasses, eyes, science goggles, eyes looking. And he's got his goofy haircut. But anyways, Sonic is recognizable as well as Pokemon, as you see like the shadows that you will see trying to guess the Pokemon and stuff, saying who's that Pokemon, and people will say Pikachu, Flareon, uh, Gengar. Gengar. I love Gengar. Gengar is like one of my favorite Pokemon. I love the ghost types. But anyways, enough about Pokemon. Um, Something else that you definitely want to look into is color patterns. There's different color patterns online, like color schemes and stuff like that. They will have like little layouts of like colors of schemes that you can use, or even there's a color pattern generator that I would use sometimes as well to help me with my color schemes. I'm still struggling with color schemes and stuff, so that's why I usually just go online and do it, or I could just like use my color pencils and stuff, or even just color them together like right next to each other, because I would struggle just coming up with a color scheme that I would like to use for a character. So here I am telling you guys on how not to struggle so much with color schemes. You can even just look at your stuffed animals if you have any. I got some, or you can even just look around in your own house and see the colors that you have around your house that goes well together. Like for example, a house got like a nice black roof with a brown like body walls, brown, like a nice dark brown walls with white framed windows, and maybe some orange fence too, the orange fence, yeah. Um, so that's like nice to look at. And then as for like your stuffed animals, if your stuffed animals are colorful, or if your toys are, probably not toys, if your collectibles are colorful as well. Like if you have any figurines that you kept because you're a fan, or that you bought because you're a fan of like a anime or a game or a show, a cartoon show that you kept, um, that's good as well to use or to look around to look at as well. For me, I like to look at my color pencils. I also like to look at color schemes online, color patterns, or I also like to look at my little collectibles as well. I even like to think of like Steven Universe as well. That is definitely another show that I like to look at. Steven Universe is a whole inspiration for me. Um, I love Steven Universe. Their color schemes go so well together. It's just amazing. So there's that. And then yeah. So I got some characters, I got some inspiration, I got some motivation for me um that I like to use, which is basically games, shows, and collectibles. And basically online as well. Because they got some nice color patterns, as I said. But what you want to be careful of is the kind of cool color, the amount of cool colors and hot colors. You don't want to do too much cool colors, you definitely want to have some contrast. Contrast is very important to keep your character looking well, them, and also to look not so too much of that specific color. Like, you don't want to have too much blue, too much purple, because it won't really look so well. You definitely want to have at least some yellow or some red on the character, or orange. That will look really good for with that character. Um uh what's another thing? Oh, it doesn't matter how, the amount of color schemes that you do, cuz well, I'm going to name a few characters that I know from shows that I watch. For example, Oddballs. James, he's only got like pretty much one whole color, and then the rest, basically his eyes are black. So he's got one color scheme going on, but that's okay. Well, actually two. Yeah, you're gonna have to have two anyways, because you know the eyes count. But I guess if I'm talking about like as for like for the character to pop, you can have one color. You can do like all white or all black or all blue or all red. Anyways, basically what I'm saying is that you don't have to have like, you can have either one or more than one colors going on. I like to do more than one or more than two, really, because I just like playing with colors. I really do. Coloring is something that I need to work on myself, actually, though. Um, but I do love coloring. I just I just don't do it as much. Um, uh, but because I need to work on my coloring, but I need to work it on some more, basically. Um, yeah, I'm showing you how colors work and stuff, and how shading works, and how I color and stuff. But I guess in traditional art, it is a struggle for me to color, because it's just gonna hurt my hand a lot. I need to work with my wrist like more than I need to do it on my tablet at the moment. So what if I ever want to like do traditional coloring and stuff, I would just have to work with my wrist, basically, and I will have to obviously do some nice wrist stretches and stuff. Um, but something that I do not always like to color with is markers, especially on paper, because you can't undo the mistakes that you did. And if you want to draw what you did again, you're going to have to draw it again, but it's not really going to be exact. So you can't really copy and paste or undo on paper. That's my struggle, but I'm okay with that. I always traditional draw anyways. Um Meaning I am more of a traditional drawer than a digital drawer. But that doesn't mean I don't know how to digital draw. Cuz well, yeah, but if you have trouble with digital drawing, that's okay. You can always act like you're doing a traditional drawing on the app and stuff, or whatever you use. Um, that's what I do, basically. But throughout the years, I've learned how to do digital drawing and how to separate those two differently. But I also kind of work to I use those two skills to work together whenever I'm doing digital drawing and traditional drawing. It really helps me a lot. So, anyways, as I was saying, uh, colors. So, what are the colors I got for her? Are cool colors mainly. I think the only cool colors that I have for her at the moment is her hoodie, or not her hoodie, her warm colors. I mean, are her hoodie, So yeah, which is like a, I think I already mentioned this already. Yeah, I did salmon pink, which is pretty much close to orange. It's the only warm color I have besides her skin color and her hair. Uh, I'm thinking about adding more warm colors to her in the future. As I go through different outfits with her, especially like if I want to, I don't know, change it up a bit. Instead of having her wear a hoodie, she could just wear like cute overalls that are like red with a nice maybe like mm, oop, um maybe like a lime green yeah, like a lime green sweater maybe, or just a normal shirt, and then she's like wearing white slip-ons. Yeah, that would be cute. uh anyways, so uh so as for shading, um finally gonna get to that. um Shading, so you definitely need a new layer. I usually put like a layer above my line art and the colored layer, so I can, you know, help myself with get to shading. So I usually keep the opacity down of on that layer where I'm shading, so like it doesn't look like I'm adding new colors to her. I mean, technically I am, but anyways. So for shading, you definitely want to not really match the colors. You kind of want to add like the, not really the opposite color, more like the color that's closer, that's the closest to it, such as black for her hair, or like a dark gray or whatever. But because of the opacity being down, you definitely want to use black, or like for this specific color. Um, so I chose the color black, and I forgot. I as I was going through the shading, I forgot one important thing. Light. Where is it shining? um so I, as I'm struggling through this at the moment, trying to figure out how I'm going to shade, how I'm going to put shadows or shade her hair. I forgot to add light or some sort of sun. Like, I didn't do that. So you definitely want to add like a light or a sun, like a little quick sketch of a sun somewhere, so you can add the so you can add the shadows. Yeah, so you can add the shadows where they're supposed to be. Um, I didn't do that at the moment, but that that uh that is something that you definitely need to do when adding shades or shadows. Um, so you can put the sun or light somewhere below your character, or definitely above. I like doing it above. If I ever going to put it below, that's going to be like as if the character is going to be doing something scary, or telling a scary story, or yeah, just basically if they're being spooky, or maybe even, I don't know, sad, um, or angry or whatever. Like it sends like a certain like negative emotion. I don't, a negative atmosphere. Definitely not a positive atmosphere. Um, then again, if you have the sun above your character, you can also like show that your character is like in the desert or at the beach or something like that, and they're hot and sweating a lot, and it's just like showing that, yeah. Anyway, or your character being in the nice moon, in a nice moonlight, and just enjoying themselves at night, hanging out. But anyways, so as you can see, I finally drew a sun where I want to. I drew the sun in a specific area that I would like to be in, so I can draw the shadows and stuff upon my character. Um, uh, for the skin color, or for the skin for me to shade, I use like a dark red to match with or well, like it's a maroon actually, not even a dark red. Well, it is a dark red, but it's like sort of close to brown, so it's maroon. um I use the color maroon to help show the shadows upon my character's skin. um Max's skin, because we got like blood in us, and yeah, anyways, it's not going to show off black if the sun is hitting our face, or if the sun is hitting somewhere atop of us, or light, um and it's going to show like some sort of like color, like of your skin, like I guess maybe for lighter skin it could be like a lighter red, or maybe like a orangish sorta. But yeah, I did like a nice maroon color, because it really actually goes really well with what I did for my character. And as for the eyes, I did I think that's navy blue. I really don't want to guess at the moment, but I'm just gonna call it navy blue. um yeah, I used like a navy blue to shade Max's eye, to show where the shadows are going and stuff. Um, I think I'm not finished with her shading, but yeah. And you not everyone has like the same way of shading, but this is the way I like to shade. And I just realized that you don't need eye shine in order for it to shade, because if the shadow is hitting upon your face, then there's not going to be any shine on the face or eye, like, at all. So I definitely shouldn't have added the eye shine. Though then again, it was a cute shine, but I'm gonna have to do that with something else next time. So um now what I'm going to next shade is her clothes. So what I did with her clothes, to match with the salmon pink, I did like a orange, a nice, I think it was a dark orange. Um, but I did like a dark orange to match with her hoodie, because, like I said, it was a warm color. Yeah, basically, what you need is warmer colors upon warm colors, like hot colors on warm. Yeah, hot colors on warm colors to shade, and then cooler colors on cool colors to shade. Like if you got like, I don't know, yellow eyes, like a yellow sclera or whatever, you can use like green, like not really a dark green, but I think grass green, like a grassy green, to use to shade your eyes, or to shade the character's eyes that are yellow with a yellow sclera. But for white, I did blue. You can also use a lighter blue sometimes, I think. Yeah, I mean, for clouds, for when people color clouds, I think I already know. I don't think I've ever talked about this, but when for people to shade clouds, they use like a blue, like a baby blue, sky blue. I think somewhere around sky blue. No, because they would, yeah, baby blue. Baby blue, and then for some other things, I think for black, if you're gonna shade something that's black, then again, not a lot of people color the hair like a pitch black color, so they can shade it, but um they'll do like a, I think, gray sometimes. As I seen some art, I think they'll use gray to shade the black. So like it can have some contrast, is what I'm saying. I guess in order to, yeah, to shade, you definitely need some contrast. As in like the different colors. You can't have the same colors. But see, as I'm shading her hoodie, it's a orange. Because yeah, it looks great. You definitely don't want to do the like darker color to shade, because it's just it's not really the best idea to do that. The reason why it's not the best idea is because it's not gonna pop is the way you want it to. I've had some problems when I think when I wasn't really what's the word? Basically, I had some problems when I was still building up my skills on coloring and shading and contrast. So, I didn't know about this until, well, I've looked up to some artists that I really liked. There's some artists out there that I will looked into, and they really helped me out. I mean, definitely they helped me out. I also had some friends that told me about some things as well, um, some tips. And if you want some tips as well, you should definitely go to your friends or family, or pretty much anybody, like, to ask for help on your skills and stuff. But so, anyways, this is it for now. So on my next video, I'm gonna do a 5-minute video on how to use this app, or like the brushes that I use. Anyways, bye!